And we are live. Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Talk Now Live with Max and Larry. So grateful that you are here to join us on this amazing green day. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the entire market is pumping. If your crypto is not up today, you might be in the wrong one. Max, how are you doing this evening? Am I frozen again?
I'm doing good. No, my keyboard was having an issue. Glad to be here, guys. We're having some technical difficulties, but we're going to fight through it. Really glad to be here. And if anything, we're going to welcome some people. But before we kick it into that, we just want to state there's some breaking news in regards to ALBT. We're going to get into that after we welcome some people. And we also happen to have some LCX news for you guys, some H-bar news in regards to an updated roadmap. It's going to be a great show, and let's see how many people want to state this in the comments. Are we actually at the bull run? Is it time to say that yet? Or are you still holding on to that bearish hibernation, if you will? Let me know.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I've been actually asking myself that question all day. I'm wondering if my prediction was off by a month because I said February 14th, 2023 would be the start of the true blue bull run. But now it's like, I'm looking at this, man, this feels like a bull run, but maybe it's just a fake out. So I truly don't know. It's driving me crazy. I've been asking myself that all day. By the way, today is, guess what? Friday the 13th. Let's say hello to everyone in the comments. We've got some great
news.
Not
quite yet. We're going to welcome everybody in the comments, but we do have a new person here from Crypto Channel with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much for that. It says Bitcoin basically to the moon. And yeah, really appreciate you. Haven't seen you here before. I do love the Jasmine coin. I too am a person that holds Jasmine. Quite a few of our audience holds it as well. But thank you very much. Nice way to start things off.
Thank you so much. We'll have to check it out. While I'm going through the comments, Max will see Crypto Channel. I'm guessing it's a crypto channel, but thank you so much for the donation. We really appreciate it. Bitcoin going crazy, Dogecoin going crazy, Mana up 38%, Gala up 29%. I'm just looking over at the screen over there. Let's say hello to everybody. I like that. Wealth Talk Now. Instead of CTN, it's WTN. It is Friday the 13th. Make it a great day. Let's make it a good show. Get us a lot of comments here. We've got ALBT news from Max. Crypto McDizzle for shizzle. Yo, Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk is here. You guys, you know things are bullish when there's quite a few people here before the hosts get here. Let's freaking go. That's right. GS, the Good Samaritan, the Lexus GS 350 is here. Good evening. Brian Dowie is here. Tim Shea says, hey, get some ALBT. That's what he's been saying to me on the comments, which is funny. I did not get that, but I did get something yesterday. I think I'm frozen. I did get something today. No, sorry, yesterday, but it wasn't XRP. It was something very close to XRP. I picked up some more of it. I did not buy the XRP yet. I'm kicking myself for not getting it at like 35, 37 cents. Tim Shea is saying hello to everybody. Let's keep moving because we got a good show here. Freaking ALBT. Yeah, all right, that's what it is. He wants to hear it. He's bullish he's bullish bearish. I wish it were here. Whales are after retail customers' money. That's what I'm wondering if it's some kind of a trap. April Corner certainly got everybody excited. Hey. Chicken and dumplings tonight. I'll be popping in and out because she's cooking for the family. Appreciate you being here. Big Watch Dude. Hey, Max and Larry CTN fam. All right, Max. I know you've got a lot. I know I'm holding back. You know what it is? He's like a Bronco rider. He's just waiting. He's got the spurs into the horse and the bull, whatever he's just ready to come out of the chute with all this knowledge. So drop the knowledge on the
Well, here's the thing, right? So we got to start things off right. You know, we got to get the juices flowing first, especially since we're only not even 5 minutes into the show yet. Really appreciate the people who actually showed up before we got here. Like, for instance, who was it, Eddie T who said it, or maybe it was Big Watch Dude? I can't remember. Somebody said, you know, something about you have the audience here before the host. We really have always wanted that. Thank you to everybody that's here. I mean, there's quite a few people. Daniel Delgado, Tim Shea, Big Watch Dude, you name it. I'm gonna go ahead and let's get this going. I mean, this is really cool to see some of this. I know some of you guys are very excited. You feel as though that we're basically in the bull run. You know, some people are not willing to state that yet. We respect all opinions, to say the least. But yeah, if anything, I want to show you guys this real quick. Some of you guys maybe seen this, maybe you haven't, but people really I got a really good reception from this. So here we go.
For we meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear. For the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon and to the planets beyond. We have had our failures, but so have others, even if they do not admit them. To be sure, we are behind, and will be behind for some time. But we do not intend to stay behind, and in this decade we shall make up and move ahead. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. The great British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said, because it is there. Well, space is there, and we're going to climb it. And the moon and the planets are there, and new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. And therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked.
All right, I was really glad to share that. The late, great President John F. Kennedy. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get right into this. We are trying to do the 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out. That was only about a couple minutes on that particular video. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and present this in a way so you can see this. And shout out to this particular new person who is the Crypto Buddha. He states, Binance are listing ALBT. Now, you may think, well, I'm not quite there yet. Do you got anything solid in regards to this? Hear me out. I'm just the messenger. It says they have been accumulating and are about to enter the top 10 holders. Check it out for yourself here. Here's a particular highlight from this. If you want to take your own deep dive, and I'm sure some of you guys will, and hey, that's great. Do it. Straight from etherscan.io. Here's a particular link. But when we got further into it, check it out for yourself. Here's some of this, of what's going on. And you do happen to see, for instance, where some of these transactions did come from KuCoin, Binance buying some of this up. You see it right here. And it's something else to say the least. Just to kind of give a little bit more clarification in regards to this. There's this as well. And this is trending right now. It's a thing actually on Twitter. Again, Crypto Buddha, shout out to him. Thank you so much, sir. Whoever you are, a big proponent of ALBT. You can follow him at Crypto Buddha 89. He says, it's inevitable. It's now time. We're going to blow this up. So you have, for instance, Alliance Block and Binance Smart Chain announced liquidity mining partnership and first step to bridge centralized finance with what? Decentralized finance. And this is something that we all have been looking for the longest time, right? So it says fully audited by leading cybersecurity solution provider, of course, Certic. Alliance Block is excited to announce that Binance, the world's leading cryptocurrency exchange, has endorsed Alliance Block's liquidity. A little bit more in regards to this, just that particular picture, but nonetheless, I think this is really cool to see this. It is a thing that's actually trending on crypto Twitter. And last but not least, here's something we want to show you guys before we kick it back into the comments. And that is, like it says, from this particular guy, at Crypto S Giants, ALBT will change lives. It literally is. We see some pumps going on lately. I think it's great to see this. So if you think Quant is big, and let's face it, we all think it's big. It's huge, right? Make sure you understand that they go hand in hand. And again, shout out to Tim Shea for pointing this out a while back, basically stating that ALBT is the younger cousin of Quant. The huge things they're doing in capital markets, they're doing it together. The crypto community has recognized Quant. Now ALBT is getting ready to fly. Don't miss this chance. And in closing, before we kick it back, look at this. We've pointed this out before. This is from November 20th, or I should say November 11th of 2020, quoted by Gilbert Verdian. We are jointly developing new capabilities for the Alliance block use case. It's complementary to what we are doing in capital markets, literally stated by Gilbert Verdian. And on top of that, you have this that was pinned. And look at this, for instance, straight from the Prometheus protocol by Alliance block. I know it's a little small, but bear with me. It says market potential of regulated to end-to-end asset tokenization lifestyle management. You have, for instance, one broad category of such use cases is the end-to-end management of digitally tokenized assets, in which the token either represents a property interest that exists only on the blockchain, such as a non-certified securities, or represents an asset existing off the blockchain. So there you guys have it. Breaking news in regards to ALBT with Binance. Let me know what you think, and let's kick it back to you, Larry.
I'll tell you what, that's really encouraging with Binance. I mean, it's sort of like when it comes to purchases, people kind of follow what Binance does, just the way the market kind of follows what Bitcoin and Ethereum do. So let us say hello to, again, Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. The question is, Max, what's your call on today's chart action? Is it a bull run or is it a bull trap? And yes, I also want to know the answer to this question.
Well, as you guys know, I'm not a fortune teller or anything like that. I have been part of the minority of guys that were out there, literally mentioned to you guys for a little while now, that I felt as though while everybody was stating that no, we're not quite there yet and so on, I felt as though there was enough evidence to support the bull run thesis. And we had an outline for everybody. They can go back. I highly suggest you watch some particular videos. And if anything, they're in our recorded video section that justify the bull run thesis with actual data. Look out for the ones that are referred to as utility runs. Yes, we did have, for instance, the one that was released, I believe, last night. But on top of that, at the end of the video, it points to the original one, which we brought to you guys from Investor Place, a premium service. And those guys pointed out, and so far they've been hitting the nail on the head.
Welcome to Mentalek. He did it big, and Brian Dowie's here. Let's keep moving. Papa Mech is here. Thank you for being here.
Papa Mech, good to see you.
Ron Sato is here. Let's freaking go LCX, baby. Let's go ALBT as well. And guess who's here? Not Stevie Wonder. Stevie Crypto is here. He's vaulted. Thank you, Stevie Crypto. Perhaps an investor in Volt. How about that? Yes, we love Volt. So we haven't seen you here before. Thank you so much for being here. And Salamander in Space, the XDC commander. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Lionel
Richie.
Salamander Space. I'm going to make an announcement. I did buy something again. I already had a bag of it, but I bought more. And it was an XRP. It's close. I bought more XLM. How about that? Because I'm stubborn as heck. Tomorrow.
No. That's fine. That's a good price. It really is. I mean,
around 8 cents I bought it. Yeah. I'm stubborn as heck, but because I'm teasing the audience, I'm just waiting. I'm just being stubborn about XRP, but I'm starting to feel like I need to FOMO in. It's getting bad. But tomorrow I'm going to make a point. If there's a dip, I will buy ALBT for the first time. And I also go after LCX. Those are my two on my hit list for tomorrow. If there's a dip, I'm going to wait for the next dip. The next dip, I'm in on ALBT and LCX, not financial advice. I'm going to be stubborn on XRP. Don't worry. If you guys think it's going to do so great, which I believe it will, if I get it at $1, it's still a good deal, right? That's what I keep telling myself. I'm trying to reassure myself.
As some of my friends would say, true that, homie.
Brian Dowie says, Tim, if Caroline isn't tied up, call her and tell her I said hello. I think she's tied up at the moment. Tim Shea usually reports on the whereabouts of Caroline. Let's see. Crypto McDizzle for Shizzle. 18 million market cap for ALBT. I remember covering it when it had 10 million. You see that? Look at that.
That's literally almost doubled. I mean, that's almost just doubled. Amazing.
Crypto McDizzle for Shizzle. That's after a 90% gain in a week. That's good. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for that dip. Big Dave is here. Hey, what's up, gentlemen? And what's up to you, Big Dave? Can you see what his avatar says?
Yeah, let's take a look real quick. I'm gonna zoom in. It looks like he's filming, I don't know, the wilderness or something like that. I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Big Dave. Not to be confused with Small
Welcome, Big Dave.
Big Dave is here. What's up, gentlemen? Thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you would hit the like button because it helps it get it out. Let's get this show to a new high for 2023 if we could. All right. So crypto high, or AKA watermelon sugar crypto high is here. Good evening, CTN fam. Let's freaking go. The Crypto Smith. Oh, we know you. Sean is here. How about that? Hey, look, it's Larry and Max. Will Smith, that like button. Thank you
Thanks so much, Sean. Yeah. Welcome, Sean. If you guys haven't not subscribed to Sean, aka the Crypto Smith, make sure you do it. It is the space Crypto Smith, and then on Crypto Smith, it's kind of like one word. So the space Crypto Smith.
Real
Great
quick,
content,
after we get to the
XRP
comments,
content, especially.
Yeah. After we get through the comments, I'm going to pull him up on the screen so you guys can see it. Cowboy Calvin. He's not a Cowboys fan, but his, sounds better. Heck of a day, gents. Yes, it's been a hell of a day. A heck of a day. Watermelon Sugar Crypto High is saying hello. And XLM, a good one. Yes, I added to my bag of XLM. I said to myself, I'm going to drive everyone nuts. I'm not going to buy XRP because maybe it'll just keep getting attention. And then people are going to ask me, did you buy XRP? No, I didn't buy it because I'm crazy.
It's okay, Larry. Here's the thing, guys. I'm going to state this, right? It's availability. I mean, obviously, sometimes we have to jump through hoops when it comes to, KYC and whatnot. So, I mean, yeah, we have a joke with Larry, but I mean, that's the reality when it comes to not everybody's going to want to go to KuCoin or Bitmart or
you raise a good point. I'm a creature of habit. I have yet to set up my KuCoin account. I know thanks to Tim Shea, he sent me the link, and I'm excited about doing it. It's just that I've been, focused on stuff with the network. I'm learning a lot of editing things. And so I said, I got to buy something. I'm going to buy something. It's going to be XLM because I already know how to buy it and I already have a bag. All right. So you can't go wrong with XLM. That's right. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. I bought it yesterday, late last night. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. I don't want to miss the ALBT train. It's already left the station. Crypto McDizzle for shizzle. Bone is up 13%. Another one that's up. That's what I said, guys. If there's something that's not up, it might not be the right thing to be in. Maybe not financial advice. Hey, we can start the show because who's here? Kagan Kang. Sorry, I always think it's like King Kong. It's Kagan Kang is here. Wow. The entire market is pumping. You guys are amazing. We're only off by just, 1 month and 1 day. Right?
That's
maybe.
nice.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at things and so on. And, I think Tim Shea put out a tweet in regards to all this, like said something like, it was based off of some stats or some site saying that the bull market is officially here or something like that. And I was just like, you know what? Say what you want. I was in the minority, but maybe I got this thing right. So, and you with your prediction of February, was it February 13th, February 14th?
February 14th. Yeah, Valentine's Day. I'll tell you what.
We're a lot closer than Plan B, weren't we?
We're a lot closer than Plan B. Yes, because Max is right in the same camp. He said first part of 2023, maybe March. We're right there, baby. We're right there. The Crypto Smith. Sean, here he is right here. The link is on the screen. You can subscribe to him. 48 beautiful people in here excited about their Bitcoin portfolios. You guys have Bitcoin? Maybe you guys have Ethereum. I bet you have XRP. But yeah, here he is right here. Sean. Oh, no. I still know ALBT. He doesn't have any either. See, he's in the same boat as me. We're going to get into the ALBT party. Max, do you have ALBT yet?
No, unfortunately, I do not. So what happened is I actually did something sort of close to you. And as I doubled up on my amount of XLM, I actually went to go buy quite a few cryptos off of KuCoin as of lately. And they still have a stupid thing with anybody with a US-based debit card and so on. And so at the time, I was like, oh, crap, I don't want to get this flagged and so on. I'm not trying to make excuses. But yeah, I'm looking still, even at these prices. I know it sounds crazy. Some people say, well, it's a little bit of FOMO. I mean, come on, man. Look at where all this used to be and so on. I think I'm still going to be more fine. What do I wish I could have got at, 3 cents and so on, like a lot of you guys did? Yeah.
It's okay. We're so early. Yeah, we're so early. It's okay. I already missed. I'm
not looking to go, shoot my whole wad, as the saying goes, and just That's it. You know what I mean? And I'm done. Now I'm going to wait for a little bit of a slight pullbacks. I think we're going to still see some of that, right? And if anything,
we're not shooting our wads yet, but we got 50 people here. How about that? It's Friday the 13th. Can you not get excited? I'm going to punch a hole in this wall, but we have to have 100 people concurrent.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Shout, everyone. Who is seeing profits? Who has seen profits today? Abdi Mac is here. Welcome back. Hoover, the FUD killer. How about that? Hoover.
Hey, welcome back, Hoover.
Welcome back. 2 days in a row. No exchanges for me. I buy my XRP and XLM direct from my ledger. Crypto McDizzle for shizzle. Bone up 13%, 24% in the week, and 51% in the month. Perhaps they will release Shibarian in maybe next month, February or March. I'm telling you, man, it's already done. They're just waiting for the timing because Shiba Inu is just too smart. They already have it done. They're just waiting for timing.
I'm predicting no later than May. Somebody can stamp that. Here's why. It just kind of makes sense because you saw what happened in 2021 was roughly in that April/May time anyway. I'm not talking about Shibari. I'm just talking about when they had that first standout pump that got a lot of people in.
Well, we've already had our bull run start about 3 weeks ago. Max started our bull run for the CTN network, and we're really going to hit our stride. We got 54 people. As the real bull run comes here, if this is it, there's going to be more and more people coming here. You guys are the OGs of OGs. I'm stacked up on ALBT, baby. Abdi Mac is saying that. Papa Mex, this market needs to calm down. I love... Oh, he's upset because he wants to buy more. Oh, he's not really upset. He needs a cooling off period to accumulate. Dan MK. Sorry.
I am stacked up on most things pretty much, you know, a little over 50 in my portfolio. For some of you guys, I mean, shout out to Crypto Mike for crying out loud, like 200 plus, but where the case be, know what you have, know what you hold. You know, I think Brian Dowie mentioned this in the comments on a particular video, and that was maybe it was ALBT. You know, everybody's gonna be really excited about, for instance, where was it? LCX? I can't remember. Maybe it was HBAR. It was one of those. And he pointed out basically, you know, everyone's gonna be excited about, you know, a 10 to 13 or 10 to 15x. And don't get me wrong, they'll take the profits. But then he was saying, for instance, what about that 100x? You know, it's like, yeah, you know what? Some of those guys are gonna be glad that they maybe held on. But I'm not telling you guys should hold on for anything. You have, you know, you gotta do what's best for you and your family. So by all means, take profits when you see them. But if you're also convicted, like, you know what, this is going to be 100x, you got to do what you got to do. And I respect that.
You just named my next three: ALBT, LCX, and then HBAR. Those are my hit list coming up.
All those are on our list tonight for news. Big news.
Good. Dan MK, haven't seen you here before. Consider changing your avatar. Perhaps something that speaks to you. Maybe a Volt. Lightning bolt. My Volt bag is getting volted. All right, good news.
We have some good problems tonight, guys. Listen, Larry's going to highlight this. I want to, you know, apologize in advance if we are not able to get into everybody's comment because it's good problems. It's just we are trying to do the whole 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out, and so on. Right. That and you know, I had a prescription. My dad. I was on a show yesterday for everybody who was wondering where I was at. My dad just recently got out of the hospital yesterday and so on. So I have a prescription that is being prepared, if you will, and won't be ready, ironically, before like the end of the night. So I really need to get that. So, but I don't have to do it now, but go ahead.
Let me ask you real quick. Am I lagging still? Because I noticed.
No, you're fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It seems like I'm freezing. Maybe it's a StreamYard. All right.
So I'm saying is like the show, like we're gonna have to cut the show off like roughly at like hour 40 minutes roughly. So it's still gonna be a really good show. But I still want to be able to, you know, get our comments going and also the news. So if anything, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Larry, can you highlight that spot? I'm gonna get right into that.
I got it. It looks like I'm lagging, but maybe I'm only seeing it.
No, it's just on your end. You look fine right now.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah. It is a little bit more in regards to ALBT, and it's another one that has been on the crypto cheat sheet 2.0 that I put out. Some of you guys have it, some of you don't. That's all right. So check us out right here. It says ALBT has arguably one of the best partnerships in crypto, and I couldn't agree more, right? And because of the Quant overledger, it allows the Alliance block of DEX to perform, listen to this, any-to-any swaps at pretty much zero fees. And that's one of the key things, of course, that stands out. All in a fully regulated manner with trustless identity verification, which is TIDV. Now, look at this, though. This is Alliance Block and Energy Web. One of those, I believe that's on the top right of Crypto Cheat Sheet 2.0. That's part of that, utility token / coin list, right? A lot of those are ISOs and so on. Technically, Energy Web isn't officially, but again, it's part of that particular list. So Alliance Block and Energy Web announced strategic partnership to facilitate increased institutional participation. And I was really glad to share that with you guys. Of course, I think that concludes some of our particular Alliance Block news. I believe I have another one I want to show to you guys. And we're going to go ahead and fastly get into just that. And that happens to be Quant, because let's face it, this is how our channel really started, getting a lot of momentum, is with Quant, and rightfully so. Shout out to all you guys from way back last summer who introduced Quant to us. And then, of course, that allowed us to really, really start covering it quite often. So let's talk about the bull run, right? And especially when it comes to the likes of Quant, what's going on with that and so on. Well, let's take a look at this. So here's a bullish scenario. Shout out to this person who is Leds. I believe I'm following him. Yes, I am. So he is at Letty1. Shout out to you, sir, if you happen to be watching this on recorded at some point. He says, bullish scenario, break the red line and we retest the diagonal trend line, right? Break the trend line and we go after the 2022 high. Now, bearish scenario, reject at the red line, and there are 2 levels of support. I don't see us losing 75. And he puts, for instance, $Quant. Let's take a bigger look at this. Makes you want to think, to say the least, right? So there's a little bit more in regards to our particular Quant coverage. And take a look at this right here. Shout out to Greg Lunt, another guy who lives in the Phoenix area. At some point, I'm going to try to see about doing a segment called the Quant All-Stars. I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that, see who shows up to it. If you guys haven't watched this, Greg Lunt, Quant Papa, Quant Toronto, anybody else who I maybe not mention, here's your advanced invitation. So Greg Lunt covers Quant quite often. He states Bitcoin has 200 million wallets. Ethereum has 50 million wallets. Quant has 110,000 wallets, and if anything, it's actually at 111,000 as we speak. We'll get more into that. Insane upside potential, right? Well, let's get more into that specifically. And that is, hold on a second. This right here, there it is, 111,001. We did hit it, and it's increasing at crazy rates, to say the least, right? So a little bit more. Quant, again, from Greg Lunt, is the token of 2023, at least so far. Overledger APIs seamlessly connect any network to any network, hence why we refer to as Quant as the network of networks. With full regulatory compliance, elite team, and huge enterprise adoption. That's the key thing here. Think about everything they're connected to. Yeah, full enterprise adoption. Capped token supply, as we know, which is 100% in circulation now, despite whatever you see with lagging reports from CMC. You can verify this on, for instance, CoinGecko, other outlets that you use. On top of that, listen to this, guys. Here's the real kicker. It jumped from being a ranked 100 to, I know it says 30, but in reality, it's as high as, I think, 27, maybe 26 on CMC. I know, back to CMC. During what? The bear market. That's one of the key things, right? You got to keep in mind. And then on top of that, late 2022, it was one of the standout ones that had, for instance, one of the biggest overall pumps for a large market cap coin, if you will, on CMC. And it's just that, the recognition and true value of Quant. Now, we have some more Quant coverage that we have for you tonight. So glad to have you guys here. I'm going to say back to you, Larry, and then we're going to kick it in for the 5 in and the 5 out.
Thank you for that, Max. We're going to do it rapid fire style. What we're going to do is kind of cherry pick and say hello to everybody first, and then we'll go back and read the comments. So let us bring in Owen Graham is here. I'm definitely seeing profits. I was buying Quant at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. But honestly, anything below the all-time high of 427 or whatever is still really good. Thank you for being here. Have you seen Owen Graham before, Max?
No, I am not. So I want to go ahead and welcome you. Actually, that name sounds familiar. I think maybe you come from the recorded.
Maybe from the recorded. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So either way, I want to welcome you guys. And if you guys haven't seen Owen, please, we have a very welcoming community here, guys. So let's welcome Owen and anybody else you happen to see that's new. That's what we do here at CTN is we welcome people. Any questions, comments you have, don't feel like you can't get that across. No one's going to bite your head off unless you talk bad about BSV. Okay. Shout out to Cool Cat. Where you at, man?
Well, Kenny G is not here, but John G is here. Hello, Max, Tim Shea, and everyone. Thank you so much, John G.
Hey, John G from New Brunswick. Good to see you.
Good to see you, and welcome back.
Scotia. I don't know, one or the other.
Welcome back, Joyce. Joyce is here, and Grizzly Bear Greg is here, or maybe just Grizzly Bear. How about that? Is there
no, that's not else? Grizzly Bear. That's just Grizzly Bear. Good to see you, Grizzly Bear.
Grizzly Bear Greg. Okay, just Grizzly Bear.
Well, welcome to you, that? Grizzly Bear. We have a Grizzly Bear Greg. Haven't seen you specifically here. I'd like to welcome you, unless you are Grizzly Bear Greg.
Maybe. But thank you for being here nonetheless. Good evening. And guess what? Think for yourself is here. The market is pumping, but for how long? Good question. Good question. People want to know, well, it can't keep going up forever. Tim Shea, just really excited for ALBT. It has a low market cap and not even on Binance or Coinbase. Yeah, just wanted to get that one in there. Let me come back to the rest of these comments. I'm searching. Mr. MD is here. Greetings, peeps. How is everyone doing? LA is here, but more specifically, L.A. is here. What's up, family? Welcome back to L.A. And let's see who else is here. Mr. Shaggins is here. Greetings. Good morning from Scotland. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
And happy Friday the 13th. I added the 13th. Let's say hello to Brittany, an OG of OGs is back. And XXI Gaming is an OG of OGs. What's good,
always
everyone?
Good to see XXI back. In the house. All you guys that are here, the OGs.
GS is here, of course. We said hello. And let's see. Who did I leave out? I think that's it. We'll go through if we have a couple minutes still, Max. I'm going to go through and get through some of these comments here. Okay. Let's see. We read this one. What else did I miss here? The Crypto Smith, Sean. Most of these utility tokens will rise at the same time. This is a good point. No need to hold 200 different tokens. It's like going to the store and seeing a sale with a bunch of stuff, and you want to buy it all, but there's only so much money, so you don't need to buy them all. They're all going to rise together, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. How about this for an analogy? It's like going to the supermarket, right? And you haven't ate earlier in the day.
That's the worst time to go to the supermarket.
That's the worst time because you're going to buy everything because you're hungry, right? Everything's making you hungry. So you're looking at all these cryptos. You're like, oh, I don't have ALBT yet. Or you might be like, I don't have my LCX yet.
I don't have my LCX. Yep.
Yeah, but like for instance, me, obviously I have XRP, I have Quant, I have XLM, I have a lot of these other ones, right? But no, that's a reality for quite a few of us.
It was funny. I had someone say, when I was pointing out the top ISO coins in a short, did a fun little short, and someone said, "Oh, you're pumping your bags, huh?" And I didn't respond to it. I just liked it and gave it a heart. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, if he knew the only one that I have is XLM, it's like whatever, so it's good. That's an integrity move. We can talk about stuff that we're not even invested in because why? Because we believe in it. It's good for the community to know about it, and that's why we talk about it. Daniel, don't call me Carlos Delgado. I had to think long game and convert ALBT on the wallet for Quant, but I will back in at 6 or 5 cents. How about that? That's a strategy.
I mean, these are still good prices. I mean, don't get it twisted when it comes to all that. I mean, even though it's at 7, it could go to 8 cents. I mean, compared to let's face it. I mean, where some of these prices were a long time ago, it's still not too bad.
Grizzly Bear, a.k.a. Grizzly Bear Greg. So we have confirmation on that. So thank you for that clarification. Look at that. Hoover, the FUD killer. Even my Terra, perhaps his Terra Classic is going up. How about that? And who else did we miss? I think that we've got all the comments. Oh, here's one from Mr. MD. Last 7 days. Alley up 223%. KAT, I don't even know what that is, up 349%. SDAO 96%. AGIX, I've heard that one, 235%. Wow, he's got some good ones. AI tokens will make you happy.
You know what? I'll say this much, right? You guys know me, I'm a humble person, but Larry says to me sometimes, Max, stop being so humble. Yeah. Did I not point out another thing for you guys? And that was ALI, Ali. I literally said it's ease of access. You can get off of crypto.com's exchange. And it's been a very decent swing trade, and obviously some of you guys are into it for a long term as well. So I mean, it was again a one that really stood out for 2022, and man, I mean, it's really sizzling right now.
Couple people that just came in here. Chad Simmons is here, not Richard Simmons. Chad Simmons. Yo, the Chad is here. We can start the show now. I called LCX at 6 cents. Osborne.
Nice.
Osborne's back. I think I remember you from a long time ago.
Yes, I haven't seen him in a long time. Good to see it. Maybe it's because, you know, he feels like, well, now I do want to come back because, I mean, crypto winter is, you know, depressing.
And that might be a sign that crypto winter's over.
That's when you accumulate wealth, right? So, I mean, if anything, there's still that accumulation phase, and it triggers FOMO. And, you know, if you happen to be holding some of those things, FOMO is good overall. It might not be good for us to FOMO in. If you hold the asset and other people are FOMOing in, then let's face it, you see what? The trigger of big pumps, and if anything, maybe the trigger of the bull run.
And guess what? Let's trigger the algorithm, if you would. A perfect segue. Hit the thumb up button. You know, it's like a thumb. Just hit that little button there. It helps us out. We really appreciate it. And back to you, Max. We've gone through all of the comments here. So,
all right. Well, I'd like to welcome, you know, again, Who Are the Fud Killer? Thank you so much for being here. Was it 2 or 3 nights in a row? I think it was 2 nights in a row. Really cool to see that. And if anything, wow, I don't know about that. That would be amazing. I mean, have him hook you up with
the nephew of Richard Simmons is here. Chad Simmons. Thank you. How about that?
All right. Yeah. So if anything, how about this? Let's go ahead and get back into a little bit more of our particular quant coverage we have for you guys here tonight. Here we go. And take a look at this from a new person this time. This is from Quant Shawnee. Actually, you know what? This isn't quite a new person. I remember you did read something from a particular article a while back.
I think I did from Quant Shawnee. Yeah,
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you know, on a night I had off or something like that, when I'm trying to, you know, make a sandwich or something, and you're in the background, or I hear you and real loud, and you say something like, you know, is it me you're looking for? Especially the middle, like Lionel Richie. I literally say out loud, Lionel Richie. Anyway,
the Crypto Smith, he could call himself AKA XRP Shawnee. His name is Sean, right? Just throw that in there to be a little cute.
Maybe you don't like the E though.
Fun
anyway.
stuff. Yeah.
All right. So check this out, guys. So bottom line is this: there is no doubt in my mind that Quant will replicate Cardano and Solana's run up to a $90 billion market cap during the next bull run. This is one of the key things we need to point out, because some of this, let's face it, some of this based off of market cap, and especially if you understand market cap, could actually be a thing, right? So I thought when I saw this, when I was doing some of my research earlier to, you know, show prep, it's like, this is getting kind of juicy. Let's share this. So should this transpire, each QNT token would be worth $6,188, resulting in 161 quant required to reach 1 million USD.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, it's magic. No, I hope your bags are packed. So when people say to me, like, you know, oh, you're crazy with some of these price predictions, Max. You know, you're the guy that says $1 million coin by 2030 and whatnot. Right. You know, some people don't want to fathom that. They're like, there's no way Quant gets that kind of volume. Look at Bitcoin, for instance. We have, I don't know, what is it, like, you know, over 200 million people hold Bitcoin, Max. You know, again, you got to look at some of the results, right? And again, based off of some of these things, it's basically some math. Hear me out. I know I've had some bold predictions a lot higher than this, but look at this. If Quant had a market cap of $90.0 billion, one Quant would be worth $6,188.04. And that is, by the way, an upside of a 50x. Yes. All right. A little bit more in regards to our particular Quant coverage.
Let's just stop right there, Max. Just stop and think. Let that sink in with the audience. Just think of that. Almost $6,200. All you need is 161, and you got $1 million worth of quant. I mean, just let that sink in. It's a 50x. I mean, it's doable. In a real true blue bull run, I mean, not financial advice, but you can see it happening. You could see something like that happen. You were getting criticized for saying $1 million a coin. Okay. They criticize you for that, but can it get to 6,200, 6,188? I think it can at some point. Maybe not this year. Maybe within a couple years. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, not financial advice, but I just think it can.
Yeah,
So,
I think it more than can, and I've been pretty clear about that.
Mhm.
But anyway, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more in regards to our particular coverage that we have. On top of that, we have this, and we're going to go ahead and get into the LCX coverage. Yes, why not? All right, so it says
Right.
facts. All right, LCX is the most regulated exchange worldwide, and the key things here is, why are people mentioning this? Well, because of the whole thing with the SEC. And let's face it, for all the people that are flooding LCX as we speak, stating, I don't want to get into LCX because of the whole thing with the SEC. Okay, so just hear me out. I can understand the debate, but you're going to tell me you're not going to recognize some of the prices that have basically occurred, even with this whole thing of the SEC looming down on them, right? And we've already seen that this thing is pumped pretty nicely as of late before we officially stated, oh, we're in a bull run. Now, check this out. LCX is the only platform globally who can host a token sale on behalf of projects in a fully compliant manner. Again, trying to make that case that get the heck off of our back, SEC. We are more than compliant. We are the definition of exchange compliance or compliancy. LCX achieved 9 licenses. We did point this out. 9 licenses of the most sophisticated blockchain law in the world, right?
Max, let me just interrupt you real quick. Are you trying to share your screen on that LCX that you're going through now?
Oh, it's not showing it?
No, it's not. We're stuck on
I
Quant
hate this.
Shawnee. I just wanted to let you know
Yeah.
that. We got 63 beautiful people in
That's
here.
all right.
Can we get to 70? Hit the like button, please.
Here's all it was. Anyway, it's not like
All
we're
right.
sharing a video. But
No,
yeah,
no.
it's basically, yeah, it's achieved 9 licenses of the most sophisticated blockchain law in is Cost Shop would say the world. All right. Now, in regards to this, look at this. I guess I will do it in a Klaus Schwab voice. LCX Liechtenstein Exchange joins the World Economic Forum, the WEF, Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. On top of that, LCX Liechtenstein Exchange will be operational in the future, even when other exchanges get closed down because of the stronger regulations.
Oh, boy.
On top of that, Larry, LCX, a blockchain bank for the new financial world. LCX's goal is to become one of the world's first licensed and supervised blockchain banks, seamlessly blending traditional and crypto assets. LCX will be offering a new generation digital asset exchange, a security token exchange, crypto asset financial products and services. Liechtenstein Exchange is focused on helping both traditional and blockchain market participants make the most of opportunities arising from the growth of cryptocurrencies and tokenized assets. The LCX, aka Liechtenstein, was founded in 2018 and is based in Vaduz, Liechtenstein. LCX is building the infrastructure to power the professional crypto finance. Back to you, Larry. Alvita.
When we get our website going at some point, hopefully soon, it's being worked on. We've got to have in that merch section just a shirt that says Liechtenstein. That's it. And you have to wear it on camera.
I do. I need to get a Quant hat. Some people say that. Yep. Quant hat, Liechtenstein Exchange. Yep. And then for next Halloween, I'm going to get a Klaus Schwab mask to go with the whole thing.
Oh, my God. That would be over the top. Then I could say, oh, I got Klaus Schwab on here. Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Osborne, glad to be here, gentlemen. Sorry for the hiatus. That's a word we don't say often here. I had to work and save my money to buy my bags. Currently holding Luna Classic, XRP, yeah, you know me, and Kada. To the moon, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And beyond. Tim Merrick. I haven't seen you here before. MERCK. H-bar. Doing 700 transactions per second now.
Oh, let's do more than that. We got news about that. It's doing a heck of a lot more than that, but
okay,
that's
good.
okay.
All right. Well, we haven't seen you here. Some call me Tim. We haven't seen you, Tim Merrick. Thank you. Chad Simmons. I honestly about to trade all of my DOT into Quant. I already own a little Quant, but I mean, if any project is juicy right now, Quant is the one. Quant for the win, baby. Boomer effing sooner. Get that Quant, H-bar, and supersonic tectonic.
I need to say something real quick.
Okay.
Back to the juicy comment, right?
All right.
So if Sean is the crypto smith who forges our crypto, right? Then we need to get somebody else out there who becomes the juice man juicer of crypto. And whoever that ends up being, well, salute to you, sir. You heard it from here first. That's right.
There you go. Mr. MD, you need to understand what you hold. Believe in the project you invest in and just DCA. Don't try to hit the bottom. In other words, don't try to time the market. Chad Simmons, I thought LCX just cleared all of this up this past week, or the SEC backed off or something. Regardless, I'm stacking my
That's
back.
the way you look at it. I mean, because here's the thing. If SEC officially backs off 100% and we get that regulatory clarity, right, then you think you see some pumps right now. It's going to go crazy. And why would we want to come into LCX after that all happens? Shout out to all the people who didn't wait for that, right? That's the key thing.
Jerk is here. JG. Solana's volume is nuts. It's going ape right now. And Tim Shea, Max likes to say Liechtenstein. Max can say it.
Savak von Liechtenstein of the Liechtenstein Exchange.
All the way May. All the way Inu is here. An audio masterpiece. Chad Simmons. Even if the SEC attacks LCX, it still sits in a great spot for other countries. Plus, it's an ERC20 token, which means that Cool Cat Crypto doesn't like it. So it can be stored. Remember we will remember that. And Owen Graham is here. Laugh out loud. The voice is hilarious.
Well, thank you. I used to be on the improv team, and I do over 22 different voices. And how I know that? Because I actually wrote them all down one time and I counted them.
Will the Thrill is back. Will Hodgkins, thank you so much for returning. What's up, boys? That 200,000 ALBT I bought at 0.0396. 3.96 cents average is treating me very well.
Heck yeah. Good for you. Will Houchins. Not Hoskins. He's not Charles Hoskinson. He doesn't.
It's Houchins.
He's not part of ADA. He's part of ALBT. He might have ADA.
Charles Hodgkins. Will Hodgkins. All right. Hoskins. All right. How about we just call you Will the Thrill? All right. Tim is here, and Brian, Larry, the Juice Man sounds good to me.
You own no juice, and you'll be happy.
Max, Caroline is the juicer.
Apparently, she must have had some great juice for that compound because they just absolutely rugged everybody.
He loves that ALBT. You know, Caroline's buying some ALBT because she's hanging out with Tim Shea or something. Mr. MD, otherwise, I am bullish on Veracity, VRA. This also uses AI. Also look at Ali, Vector Space, AI, VXV, Cambria, CAT, or Origin, ORAI. Most of these are insanely low priced at the moment.
I would agree with him on that. Yeah, Veracity is good. We covered it. We did a recorded video on it. We talk about quite often actually here.
Max, guess what?
Yeah,
I think we just had a Michael Cornwell Cool Cat Crypto moment from like 6 months ago. Maybe we should start covering these AIs, and they'll be like the next round of our ISOs. You know, we covered the ISOs really well, or you did a great job with all these things. Maybe we should start diving into these AIs and start covering them too.
Maybe we should just cover everything and not sleep ever, and just devote 100% of our life, blood, and energy to crypto content coverage. No, yes. I mean, it really feels that way anyway. There's a lot of great AI projects, don't get me wrong. But we have stated this quite a bit, and that is Singularity Net did have a really, really nice pump. And we have been outlining this for quite a while here at CTN, and that is one of the standout ones from the Cardano ecosystem. And shout out to all you guys who already recognize that, whether it was for the short term, the long term, where the case be. I mean, that thing I saw earlier, I think it was yesterday night or earlier today, up over 90%, up over 271% for that 7-day average. Yeah.
Forget about Christmas presents with Santa Claus. We got crypto with Claus. Thank you. The good.
That would be something, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you like that?
That would be great. I would love a show like that. That would be like the Halloween show on steroids.
Welcome to Crypto with Klaus. You will own nothing and you will be happy.
As CTN exclusive, Steve Rose is here. Not Pete Rose, but Steve Rose. Hi, boys. Thank you so much. Will the Thrill. Hotch. Oh, Houch. Like couch. Will the Thrill is great.
I got it right. I knew it was Houchins. Yes.
All the way Enu. What's up? Pump that bone. Hang on to your bone and pump it.
You know, Larry is right. It sucks that they have this whole thing with copyright strikes and stuff like that. Because every single time we see, for instance, All the Way Enu, I always think of that song like, I'm all the way up. I'm all, you know what I mean? That one song. And it's just like, it would be nice to just hit like a quick, like, you know, hotkey, and it just plays that without us getting flagged for the stupid copyright thing. But whatever. It
would be great. You know, I don't know why you can do it on TikTok, but you can't do it on YouTube. Makes no sense. Chad Simmons, AI projects. I mean, I think you're onto something because they are pumping. Hoover, the FUD killer. What do AI tokens do? Daniel, don't call me Carlos Delgado. You need to add a sinister laugh.
Oh, I do have a sinister laugh. And that was previewed last October 31st of 2022 in regards to, who was it? Mischievous something another?
Oh, that's when we had that mischievous dev on there.
Should I give him a quick preview for all the newcomers? All right, hold on a second.
Hello, Larry. I'm gonna repoo you all. Every single last bloody one of you.
That was the sinister laugh. There you go.
Spoken like a true rug pulling dev. That's what that sounds like right there.
There you go. That was a sinister laugh. So yeah.
There you go. Oh, we can add that in there. All right. So, Mr. MD, guys, dive into it. It's a new category. I think he might be onto something. That's what I'm saying. I think this is a Michael Cornwell Cool Cat Crypto moment when they came in a long time ago and said, talk about the ISOs. Dive into the
by the way, Michael Cornwell, Cool Cat Crypto, Tim Shea, Coochie Boy, and the rest of that crew. They'll be available backstage for autographs post show. So
now we've come full circle, Max, because he's just said MMAI. If you don't know, now you know. Let's freaking go. We were the first ones to cover MMAI. How about that? I bet you didn't know that. You have to go back and watch the videos. But yes, we know about MMAI. STX, Easy Money. Thank you so much for being here. Chad Simmons. I can only imagine the face you hit. Tim Shea, SDX, Stay Pure.
I'm trying to bring that.
The monkey.
I'm trying to bring that Dr. Claus style-esque to it, you know, the guy behind the veil, you know. Anyway.
Max, what's the next news segment you have for us?
Well, we've been We've been doing very well with the five in, 5 out. So shout out to you, Larry. So what we have next is, I think, a little bit more in regards to LCX. Let me just double check. We were so into the whole thing of, you know, talking about Mr. Klaus Schwab that we just lost our heads. At least I did. All right. So a little bit more in regards to just that LCX. I'm going to present that in a way you could hear it. This thing that you're going to hear is only a few seconds, but it's kind of funny. What, you going to say something?
Yeah, I actually just saw something. Read this comment right here because you have to read it in that voice.
Oh, hold on.
I missed the comment.
Oh, sorry. I got shared as tabs. Hold on.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all right. Where is it? Oh,
I have it on the screen.
Well, I'll say it more in the German way. Jawohl, Klaus. Das ist gut, ja.
There you go.
All right. So we do have a little bit more in regards to the LCX coverage from, especially if you're just now tuning in,
The Liechtenstein Exchange. The big fish is diving in for Liechtenstein Exchange. Huge things ahead, folks. This is just a beginning. LCX, Quant, CBDCs, crypto, innovation, the Bitcoin, Ethereum. Into the weekend. Let's listen to this. This is only 7 seconds, and then we'll be right back. You will jump into a cannon. You will fly out, and you will be happy.
All right, let's get into a little bit more in regards to all this.
Nothing.
Yeah, you own nothing. I don't know. All right, so this is something that was brought up quite a bit. Let's face it. Here it is. So we already talked about, for instance, LCX at a Crow, or I should say at a BNB, right? Binance market cap. And I've stated for the record, I don't think we get to BNB market cap. I also got to be a little bit, I'm a dreamer, let's face it, but I also got to be real about stuff. But could we get at a Crow market cap? Possibly. Anyway, so here it is. And this is basically,
Liechtenstein at
A. And you see, for instance, B is just that, crypto.com's CRO, right? Look at that. That sounds very appealing. And that's
I love the comparison. Yeah, I love the comparison. Yep.
That's a 30x basically. So, I mean, it's nice to mention some of these things. Some people may not be with this. Oh, Max, you're being contradictory to what you mentioned before. You mentioned that, Crow would bypass, Binance. So what you're saying just doesn't make any sense. I'm out of here. Well, that's a good point too.
I also said that too a while back. I also thought that Crow would pass Binance, which I still think it might. But I said it would take a couple of years. But yeah, I'm in the camp too.
That's all right.
Yep.
So are you able to see this particular tab?
I still see the one with LCX, and no,
that's all right. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, so let me share this in a way that everybody can see it. Here we go, and sorry about that. Here it is, right here, and check this out. It's in regards to HBAR. All right, so we're going now to our particular HBAR coverage. It says today, Hedera's HBAR assumed the mantle of most real TPS worldwide. Right, transactions per second worldwide. Listen to this. We're talking about, especially last summer, and then of course Larry pointed out, well, Solana's fast, but I don't like the idea that it goes offline. Yeah, that's a good point. So it says, for instance, it's faster than Solana, more than Stellar Lumens, more than Polygon, more than BNB, more than Ethereum, more than Algo, and then there's more. Fading the HBarians, I guess you could say. Look at this. So you have, for instance, Hedera transactions on the Hedera mainnet. You're now at 2,611,456, or I didn't even say that right. 2 billion. Yeah. Hold on. I'm not
billions.
reading this.
Yeah, right. Billions.
All right. Yeah. All right. So anyway, what you see right there, that's 504 transaction or TPS. Hedera testnet. You see some of the figures. We're beyond that now.
Max, I'm gonna need to see your TPS report, Max.
Yeah. Well, you see all the listings. I know that was a good movie, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to see this. Some of you guys have been talking about Saucer Swap, by the way. But I wanted to show you guys some of that. I thought it was really impressive just to even be, for it to mention this faster than Solana. And it basically is. But so where are we going with this? Well, we have some more news in regards to just that Hedera's HBAR. Now we have seen some price action happening, and that's great, right? We even did that one video that says HBAR, if you had to pick one as being one of the most undervalued, you definitely throw that probably in the mix of XDC, right? Probably XDC, HBAR. I mean, heck, we were talking about LCX earlier. All those particular ones, ALBT, they're all very, very undervalued. But look at this. It says if you like the price action this week, wait until you read what is happening next, basically in store for Q1 2023. When it comes to Hedera's HBAR. Hard not to be incredibly bullish with community nodes slated for Q1, trade tables and seats backs up y'all, as the saying goes. So let's get into this. I'm going to show some of this to you guys. This is really, really cool, to say the least. So here it is, updated roadmap for Q1 2023, right here for you guys here at CTN. You got HIPs and features, long-term scheduled transactions, HIP-423. Yeah, you know me. Extends the capability of scheduled transactions to support executing transactions at an arbitrary time in the future and allowing more types of transactions to be scheduled, hence HIP-423. On top of that, the decentralization, enable community nodes. That's one of the key things you're going to see being mentioned here, especially when we see more and more news coverage when it comes to HBAR. You're going to see, for instance, this, it says continue on Hedera's path to just that, decentralization through the introduction of a set of permission community run mainnet nodes. And in regards to smart contracts, I saw some other content creators basically talking about this, but listen to this for just a brief moment. You're going to have smart contract usability improvements. And that's a good thing. You don't want to just have a blockchain that's like, technically speaking, I mean, I get it, Hashgraph is different. I'm not going to go there right now. But anyway, other blockchains, for instance, they'll have smart contracts and they kind of just leave it with what they have. They don't make a lot of improvements. They feel as though that like what they have is good enough. But you do like the idea that with Hedera, you do have those particular smart contract usability improvements because, like it says, additional support for ECDSA keys and ETH addresses to reduce friction in using ETH tooling and wallets, whether a person is a fan of that and so on. How about this real quick? EVM archive node adds support to the mirror node to query the state of a smart contract with initial support for ETH call and ETH get gas estimate, right? And then I'll mention a couple more ones that you can go or that we're going to look at. If you want to look at more of this, you could definitely just go right to the Hedera site. But how about this? Payer-sponsored account creation. This is going to support auto creation via HTS assets by charging the account creation fee to the payer of the triggering crypto transfer. I know for a lot of these guys, or a lot of you guys out there, this might sound a little bit too technical, but the thing is, again, these are the things that are going to, for devs, especially when we were seeing, for instance, was it Lehman Baird talk about a few of these things? This attracts even that more devs because they understand the use case, they understand some of the technical features in regards to Hedera, and it's that much more appealing to the likes of them. I'll just read a couple more, like I mentioned. Smart contract traceability improves the usability, I can't even pronounce it right, auditability, and debuggability. Man, say that 3 times fast. Of smart contract transactions by providing traceability into smart contracts and internal calls and state changes. And on top of that, look at this, airdrop token association. This allows basically Center to sponsor and pay for airdrop to other accounts while ensuring spam protection and providing recipient an option to accept or opt out of such transfers. Back to you, Larry.
Thank you for that, Max. A great, great segment. And guess what? The great Mr. J, period. Crypto is here. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's been several, it's at least 3-4 times in a row. So he's hooked now. He says Solana is trash. And he wants you to mention DAG. And don't forget Algo. Now, let's skip down.
I have Algo. I don't have DAG yet, though.
Yeah, I have some Algo. Let's say hello. Yeah, I don't have DAG either. Let's say hello to Ryan is back. Another winter day. Tim, Max, Larry, and the crypto community, I want to say a warm hello. Well, it's a winter day, but maybe it's not a crypto winter anymore.
Well, good to see you, Ryan. It's always good to see you, especially, a guy who came from like our Quant videos and so on, recorded and took that leap to the live. We always appreciate you.
Grant Roger is here. Roger that. I haven't seen you before. Appreciate your hair being on fire. It looks like a mole with his hair on fire. An NFT like that. Is that what it is? A mole?
Let me see. Let me blow it up. Kind of.
Everybody needs a mole with their hair on fire. I mean, let me just say that. Grant, Roger that. Thank you for being here with your mole's hair on fire. Cool stuff there. It must be an NFT collection. Ryan, what is coming? Nothing can stop us. We're all the way up. Quant. and XLM. Come on, say it. Yes, guys, please say it together with me. Quant and XLM, nothing can stop it.
It's all the way up.
Flare 2 coming strong. Mr. J. Steve Rose. AI will be connected to a chip in your body. The blockchain will record everything about you. Then you can redeem the AI coins for I had to stop and laugh. For health info cures. Yeah. Sounds like the start of a white paper. Sounds like the start of a horror movie. Grant Roger that. Hey guys, it's moonbirds. How about that? They're birds. It's a bird. Okay, it's on fire.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, I'd like to welcome you, Grant Roger. If this is the first time you've been here, again, yeah, just that. Welcome. We have a very welcoming community. Guys, let's welcome Grant Rogers. Thank you guys, all of you, for being here tonight. We've had some pretty decent numbers. I think we went over 50 at one point.
We were over 60. We had 63 at one point. Yeah.
Yep. So this particular segment, we're going to watch, learn, listen in regards to what we see that still stands out from CMC. You guys may use other platforms like, for instance, CoinGecko or whatever the case be, but for the purposes of what we're going to do here in a moment, we're going to get right into CMC because I want to highlight a few key areas for you guys, and that is what you're about to see right now. So here we go, and if anything, let me see. Are you able to see this, Larry, or no?
Yes, your first watch list. Yep, I see it. The watch list for CoinMarketCap. No.
See, that's weird. That does that. I don't even have. Yeah, that's. All right, hold on. Maybe they did an update on StreamYard. Just a second. Bear with
We're
me,
having
guys.
StreamYard issues today, guys. Bear with us. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Help us get this stream out. Thank you.
So the overall crypto market cap has basically increased about 100 billion since, let's face it, some of the lows that we saw a while back. Like basically when Bitcoin, for instance, touched the 15s, literally before our very eyes today, guys, we saw this jump from 18 to 19, and now we're at close to 2100 or 2100. Some of you guys wish it was 2100, 21,000, right? And here's the thing. I mean, that's something else, to say the least. Bitcoin is up 11%. Even ETH is up 11%. They do kind of move with each other and so on. You're still looking at roughly 80 to 81% of the overall crypto market cap. So if you're new to crypto and you hear these particular things that, if both Bitcoin and ETH perform well, usually the overall crypto market does well. There's a reason for that. Again, you're representing 80 to 81% of a collective body, if you will, when it comes to that. All right. On top of that, let's see what's going on for the top 100. You do see Decentraland is doing well. I think if anything, you're going to need to see more and more demand for metaverse related projects and so on. Shout out to you guys who also realize some of the AI that's tied in some of that. So for instance, you see, Decentraland Mana is up 36%. I never got into Mana. I have recognized the opportunity long time ago and so on. I don't know. I was never, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, yeah, you can recognize the opportunity as far as the upside potential, but if you're not passionate about some of these particular projects, because I myself am a gamer, I never picture myself wanting to jump into the likes of Decentraland. It's just, I don't know, it's not my thing. My friend tried it out, as far as metaverse, he wasn't that wild on it, but let's face it, they have a very large user base. Gala Games is doing really well, 25%. But anyway, I want to show you guys some of these things. Of course, I am personally invested in the sandbox. I overpaid for it and so on. But you see a lot of these particular ones taking off. Shout out to Shiba Inu. I own over 1 billion of these. I think it's about, 1 billion, 13 million, something like that. Where the case be. I still believe in SHIB. If it wasn't for SHIB, I wouldn't be here with you guys. This is now back into the 4s, 0.40s. And a number you got to keep in mind, this was as down as low as I think even close to what I paid for it, right? 0.50799, something like that. So this is some people are making some decent money as we speak with this. As your coin is up, near protocol, look out for a particular video, a deep dive in the future in regards to a few of these ones. I'm gonna state it right now. Look out for near protocol. I'm gonna do it on. I think Larry might do one on Theta. Or him or I will do one on those particular ones. Also look out for Tezza. So the key three that we're going to do a deep dive in the future is Near, Theta, Tezos. These are, of course.
Oh, sorry, but while you're saying what we might do, maybe we might do some AI ones too, because I'm kind of intrigued by the comment there.
Yeah, no problem. And again, these are all, these are top picks from, again, Investor Place. No, Investor Place doesn't sponsor us. That'd be cool if they did. But it's a premium service that I pay annually for and so on. And they literally, like 9 times out of 10 have been right. And they called literally like what you guys are seeing right here. So I just want to point that out. Helium, right, was another one of their top picks. I covered Helium quite often. I've done a deep dive into Helium. I present it here at Crypto Talk Now. Even back in the days of MaximusCrypto, I have a deep dive video on specifically Helium. I point out many times, Filecoin, you cannot go wrong. It's not financial advice. I'm just saying this personally. This is how I feel. You cannot go wrong when it comes to Filecoin, both on the short-term swing trades and even on long-term. So if you're looking for the best of both worlds, I honestly do more of your own research. I'm just being flat out honest. You cannot go wrong with Filecoin. I'm literally looking at Filecoin. It's kind of like how some people look at Coca-Cola as a stock. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just, it's just a consistent, nice, steady store of value that, has nice returns in both directions. And you just got to simply, I guess you could say it's a DCA dream. If you don't believe me, take more of your own deep dive. I'd love to debate you on that. I'm not the only one who feels that way. I still believe in Crow, and even at these prices, it's pumping. I still think they got big things going on. All right, I'm going to show you another thing. And so my particular watch list, it has over 250 on this particular watch list. Some of them that are listed here are garbage, so bear with me. I follow all sorts of things. It's not just ISOs. It's not just, for instance, other utility tokens. Some of these are memes and so on. You do see XRP is up 7%, but I'm going to refresh this real quick. And here you go. Look at this. So for instance, some of the content creators covered Ape and Record. I think that was like your pop a long time ago, but I don't know what's going on with that. I don't even know if this is, V1s, but anyway, I do want to point out this real quick. I have literally numerous times pointed out ALI to a community. Like how many times, Larry? Like 4 or 5 times at least. Yeah. So I told you guys that would be a great swing trade. I'm not making this stuff up. So I base things on data. I watch my watch list like a hawk. Shout out to, I think it was what was it, Mass Debater, who also mentioned this. Some of the other guys in the community. But
you said about Singularity too, and the next one.
Yep, absolutely. So if you want ease of access to get ALI, maybe you wait for it to dip back down, because it will. Let's face it. People, will catch, whiff of what's going on. People will sell. But if you want ease of access and you're like, really new to crypto and so on, and you just have a, crypto.com account and so on, you can get ALI off of crypto.com's exchange. Singularity Net, something that we covered numerous times. So we've literally point out that this is one of the standout ones from the Cardano ecosystem. And yes, I understand it's got that particular contract that's listed here and so on. But if anything, with, for instance, ETH, but they are, they have been part of the Cardano ecosystem for a while now. It's up over 238% for that 7-day chart. Up 60% for the 24-hour chart. This is up over 90% early today. Again, based on averages.
What a big green day for so many things. Like I said, if your crypto's not pumping today, you might be in the wrong one.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. And shout out to everybody who recognized bottom when it was bottom, when Bitcoin was at touched the 15s. For all the people that said, it's still going to crash to 12, Bitcoin's going to crash to 12,000. I'm just being honest. I'm not downplaying anybody. Something crazy could happen. Let's face it, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just saying, realistically speaking, I don't see that happening now. So I just want to state that for the record. Shout out to all those people who got into, Dogechain a while back. I know a few guys did, like Mike Cornwell, I think it is, Coochie Boys, some of the other guys. I did mention numerous times in regards to Tectonic, how I felt as though that in a bull run, that would be a 10x, and that would erase at least 1-0. That's happened, and it's happened a few times. So I want to point that one out as well. ALBT obviously is up 21%. We've seen ALBT at as low as 0.5 0 and 3s, in the 3s at least. So that was a little over like a 2, maybe 2.5x, something like that. Now, something else I want to get into before we just keep, rattling off some of these key things. I still feel as though there's opportunity with Harmony One. And here's the thing: if you're looking at ones in which, all right, I don't want to get loaded up or DCA anymore while all these pumps are going on. I hear you. I'm with you on that. But if at the same time, there's specific ones that are still pretty low on the price, even though they have some price action, I think Harmony One stands out as doing just that. So when we approach, like, for instance, a real bullish trajectory, let's say, for instance, like, the overall crypto market has gone from 900 and where are we at right now? Let me just double check this real quick. I'm going to zoom back out just a second. We got, for instance, I'm going to refresh this.
985 billion.
Yeah, we're at 985 billion. All right. So when we, get back into those trillions again, and we will, when we get to like 1+ trillion, so on, some of these ones that we're mentioning, it seems like, for instance, like whether it's that one I just mentioned with Harmony One or some of these other ones, I think that's when they finally start kind of taking off, to say the least. Of course, unless there's like another hack. I mean, those things basically happen. But I just still think there's still opportunity there, to say the least. There's other ones that really stand out. I mean, Near Protocol, something that Investor Place talks about all the time. We covered Ravencoin here quite a bit, just because of the supply and demand for miners to jump ship to a different platform. Basically, here's one for size. So if people say you can't mine SHIB, just hear me out. The cool thing about Ravencoin is, in their own way, you can, and then basically you convert that into Ravencoin. They have their own kind of mining mechanisms. They're not your traditional mining, like, for instance, an ASIC miner. You can look more into it if you want. We've covered it many times. Nice to see Luna Classic is up at least 11%, but this is another example why I'm not going to get rid of my Luna Classic. So I mean, yeah, it's nothing really too significant. But remember, I was talking about, like, once we can get solid plans down, and I think we do see this, where we get, for instance, 2023 should be the year in which Luna Classic starts really getting devs to come in, and, for instance, building up the ecosystem. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you guys when it comes to all the things about the burns. Don't get me wrong, all right? But if we can even accomplish half of what we had before with that thriving ecosystem that was once a great, attractive place for all these different projects, I'm talking before, the huge crash. Those are great things to see. You want to hear about those particular things and so on. I of course hold a VVS. I have for the longest time. A lot of people who hold VVS also hold Tectonic. For me, I'm glad I still hold it. I see VVS shaving off like at least another 0 in the future, maybe 2. But here's another key area I want to point out real quick, and that is in regards to Jasmy. And here's the thing: when it comes to Jasmy, like I came in obviously a lot more expensive than this, right? But I'm not gonna beat myself up over that. I came in at 0.006. But some people, let's face it, they came in at like when this was like over $1 and so on. I'm looking at Jasmy from the perspective, I know we're gonna get back in the comments. I look at it from the perspective of this, guys, and that is, look at where, what happened to XRP, the whole thing with the SEC, and of course that tanked the price and so on, right? But there's still opportunity there. So with Jasmy, I'm looking at all the, like their version of the SEC, if you will, whatever that's called, and it tanked the price and so on. But now you have newly elected officials and more understanding of the use cases of blockchain technology and so on. And this is labeled as, like, as Mike Cornwell will say, like the Bitcoin of Japan. If that's the case, and I have, for instance, 100,000 of these, and he has, for instance, more, I'm looking to, even at these price levels, to DCA into it again. My goal, if I can accomplish it, I might not be able to because of the bull run, is to get, for instance, at least, I don't know, 500,000, preferably 1 million of these particular ones. But even if I didn't, I'm comfortable at 100,000, because the way I look at it is we can get to not only $1, but maybe half of all-time highs, especially in the future when we have more of that regulatory clarity, even for the likes of Japan. There's a ton more on this particular list. You guys are into Veracity. I want to state this: VeChain, don't sleep on it, is now broken support up on the upside, which is good, because remember we saw it break support before when this is down into the ones. You know what you hold, you know what you have on your watch list. We'll keep a close eye on what's going on with, I guess you could say, the unofficial start of the bull run. Back to you, Larry.
Thank you so much. That is the question, is whether or not we are in the midst of a bull run or not. I'm still going to proceed with caution. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I don't know if anyone is sure. Ryan is here, but let me hold off on this comment because I want to say hello to a couple people here. Thomas Williams is here. Hello to you, and let us not forget Crypto Puppet. Welcome back. Crypto Puppet is here.
Hey, good to see you, Crypto Puppet.
And I thought there was somebody new that I might have missed, but I'm looking. I guess we've got everybody. All right, so going back to this comment here, Ryan says, just one more thing, Max. Please, Solana feature any movement and corrections, please. I tell you what, Solana is going nuts. It's up 33% in the last 24 hours. So it's one of those things you said the other day, Max, about when we talked about a long time ago. I kind of compared, the distressed assets to like foreclosed homes in a good neighborhood. So Solana, it's fast, but it had the hacks and the stops. And so, but it's distressed like VGX and all the others. So it's another example of these things can still, make money for people. So your thoughts on Solana?
I think Solana's, yeah. I'm also, okay, here's another bold thing in the minority, right? And I know this is not a popular thing to say, but sometimes you got to do things like this. So I think, if anything, Solana still, is going to be around. I know some people are like, it's not going to be around in the future. I still think it's going to be around. Something, another black swan event could very well happen. Don't get me wrong. I heard, shout out to one of our friends, colleagues, and so on, Daniel Gayton. He's worried about the whole thing of 13% of that. I guess it's the liquidity locked in with FTX. I understand it's an issue and so on, but even with some of the bad news of all this, I kind of feel like, like what Vitalik Buterin basically mentioned, like, you guys got to keep in mind. I mean, if we're going with Dogecoin when it comes to Elon Musk putting a tweet out, about anything that's significant, and that thing, Dogecoin pumps out of nowhere with basically no utility. I understand, like Mark Cuban states, you use, Dogecoin at, Dallas Mavericks games. That's just one area of the world, right? That's not worldwide utility. Okay. So where I'm going with this is, I still think that there's something to be said about Solana. I know it sounds like a guy who holds it, but I'm looking at it from the perspective, I don't see, in a bull market, like everything else is doing pretty decent, and then Solana just takes a nosedive for no reason. So if you hold Solana and so on, I still think, like, if you held this long, maybe you hold even that much longer with it. And even myself, I've been very tempted to just even get into it at these particular price levels. Well, everyone else is saying, like, man, you shouldn't do that. Because I do look at it from the perspective, like we mentioned before here, and that is, you have $1,000. Do you put it into like a little over a 100 Solana? I mean, that was based on the prices at $10. Don't get me wrong, Or do you do Tectonic? If you had to pick one of the two, and obviously the answer from the majority of you guys was Tectonic. But at the same time, we did see, for instance, right around the same time, Solana did jump up from being at bottom of, like, what was it, $9 and some odd cents to, where's it at now, Larry? Like $6 or something like that. I can't remember.
Solana?
Or not $6, $19, I believe.
Right now, currently at $22.10.
Yeah, I knew it was around that particular price range. So I mean, it's, let's face it. Somebody came in at $9.50. That's now a little over, well over a 2.5x. It doesn't sound like much, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of, dang, you know what? If you look at the same amount of money that you had to put in, you bought 100 of them at like $9.50. The point is this: both that and likes of Tectonic, that was a 10x. So hear me out. I still think there's value with Solana. I don't think it's going to tank to the point where it's just not going to have no value. To me, that doesn't make sense. I could be completely wrong.
I'm going to get through some more of these comments and say hello to everybody here. Will the Thrill, I'm a big Theta holder. Love my Theta family. He's a Theta Zilla, Mr. MD. If you're going to look at Theta and near, then look at APT as well. This one I might have missed earlier. Hello to Ryan Jones, Mr. Ryan Jones, Liechtenstein, LCX. If BNB and Coinbase and Fidelity and Chase Bank had a baby. Wow. there's a lot of well, I won't say it. All right, so it would be LCX. They all get together and have a baby. There's more than one dad, apparently. More than one father. All right. Mr. MD. Theta will do massive things in the bull run.
That's why I want to cover it.
True that, Mr. MD. And let's keep going. Let's say hello to a couple more people here. If I can, let's hold this comment. There was somebody I missed. I wanted to say hello to, yes, Fern J 75. How high do you think LCX is going to go short term? Looks very bullish. Rafael Santos, hello. And I think that's it. So we can go back. This one right here, Mr. MD, Ore Chain or ORAI is about $4 at the moment. And the all-time high was $113. This is one I'm going to check out myself. A really great AI project to buy. Have you looked into that too much, Max? Thoughts
to be honest,
on Ore Chain?
I have no thoughts on it. You guys know me. If I'm not aware of it, I'm not gonna have no thoughts on it. I'm glad you know a lot of these different ones, Mass. That's really cool. I'm not aware of it. You know, I could put on my list. I could not. I mean, it just depends. I mean, it's not me downplaying anything. It's just there's so many projects. So
Crypto Puppet and Tim Shea. Well, Tim Shea thinks it might be a trap. Crypto Puppet saying, Max, could this be just a little pump? But then comes the big drop this year. What do you think?
I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to the investor place coverage that we basically did. It was from that one particular video and recorded in regards to the utility run that will lead to a bull run. Shoot, I mean, they literally said quarter one. They or at the end, either quarter one or at the end going into quarter two of 2023. They also mentioned that you're going to see, for instance, like you can see some consolidation or take a dip and retracement and, you know, blast off and so on. I say what you want. They've been right so far. So I was like, you know what? Sometimes in order for, as Larry would say, a network to take off, you got to do something bold. But at the same time, I didn't want to just, you know, gamble it and say like, oh, we just need to do this for we can get a lot of people to watch this and so on. I did want to have some solid data. They have solid data. I mean, you literally have one of their top dogs, Luke Lango. He worked for the LA Dodgers, the Philadelphia 76ers. What in data analytics? So, I mean, like you went to Caltech. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about Caltech, but it's not exactly a school for dummies. So,
yeah. Will the Thrill, what do you guys think about just the BTC Bitcoin retracement and a crazy altcoin run? Sorry, with Bitcoin not setting a new high. Interesting. I'm not familiar with this content creator. I think Blockchain Backer might be onto something. So he's saying that it won't get to an all-time high, but the alts will go nuts. Perhaps. I mean, it's a theory. Bitcoin, you know, I don't know if Bitcoin's going to get to an all-time high this year. Depends on when the bull run happens. And if the bull run happens, I don't know. I mean, if a bull run happens, Max, do you think that I would say that Bitcoin will go past all-time highs, but he's saying maybe it'll just be an altcoin run and there won't be necessarily a new high for Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on this comment here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with him, but not all the way. If anything, I mean, you still can have an altcoin run, if you will, without Bitcoin getting to new all-time highs this year. But if you're looking out from the outlook of understanding, was it? I think it's this coming April. So a year from this April would be the Bitcoin halving. There's also enough evidence to show that there, you know, the first thing is the accumulation phase. You know, so for some of us, let's face it, we already accumulated quite a bit of these things. I'm talking about we go from accumulation phase to, yeah, you could very well see, for instance, new all-time highs, maybe possibly before the halving. I know that's not a very popular thing to say, but that's possible. As far as when that happens, maybe at the very, very end of 2023 or going into 24. I don't really know for sure, but I think there's a lot of things that's going to happen. And when the accumulation phase happens, let's face it. How about this? Bitcoin, I don't know, we get the 40K mark and so on, then that triggers in a whole different level of FOMO. Yeah, there could be enough evidence to support possible new all-time highs and so on. And if anything, I will agree with Rich at Common Sense Crypto. He's mentioned this numerous times, and that is for all those people who FOMO'd into Bitcoin at 69K who got absolutely destroyed. They got destroyed on that, and they got
they were listening to Plan B. That's why,
yeah. So exactly. So there's that. Then let's face it, some of those guys came into altcoins for the first time ever. Then they got wrecked on. They got wrecked on everything. Well, what's going to happen is if we get new all-time highs for Bitcoin and so on, that may very well be their last chance, at least until having to at least turn some profit. But if they held that much longer, then that's great. I think if anything, when it comes to all-time highs, then that is again triggers just that much more FOMO. So then of course Bitcoin maxis will be like, yeah, that we told you Bitcoin all the way. And
I'm agreeing 100%. I'm agreeing 100% with what Tim Shea says right on the screen here. We will need a macro economic event to really pump. So a big trigger. And we haven't seen that yet. We don't have anything major. It could come from the Federal Reserve. It could come from the war ending, which I don't know if it's likely in the short term. But yeah, we need some kind of big, and nothing has changed fundamentally from the macroeconomic standpoint. So that's a good point right there. I want to just jump down to something else here. Mr. MD, if these coins all got jiggy to create LCX, the mother of LCX belongs to the streets. That she does. Grant Roger, one last dip to buy more. That's what I'm hoping for ALBT and LCX, and then also HBAR for myself personally. Russell C, we are still in a bear market. Bitcoin halving needs to happen before the next bull run. So there's a little bit having to do with the halving that you were.
No, I hear both sides of the equation.
Yep.
For me personally, I mean, I know it sounds like maybe I'm bouncing around a little bit here, but for me to be fully convinced, and I have stated this before, for me to state like, yeah, we're going to be in the bull run, we need to see realistically like 2 straight weeks of just really, really nice upside consistently. Not like 4-5 days. You know what I mean? But I don't know. There's some things to be said. I mean, you literally gone 100 billion higher, compared to where we're at. So I understand where everybody's come from.
Cooler heads are trying to prevail right now. We're all excited because everything's going crazy. But the CryptoSmith, Sean, is saying, calm down, everybody. This is not the bull run you're looking for.
Lionel Richie.
Thank you, Max and Larry. My pleasure.
Oh, no problem.
That's what they say at Chick-fil-A. My pleasure. All right, so let's see here.
Yeah, you know what they also say? For some reason, if you get a lady who takes your order, a younger lady, I'll be like, yeah, I would like to get the Chick-fil-A combo, no pickles. And she'll always, it don't matter which girl it is. Absolutely. I'm like, okay. Then I'll go to a different location. You know what I mean? That's Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I like to get the Chick-fil-A combo. Absolutely. I'm like, what is with this absolutely thing? Anyway.
Ryan Jones, if Binance, Coinbase, and Fidelity E-Trade had a baby, it would be LCX. This is the platform built by the elites, the World Economic Forum, and government country backed. Russell C. Tether needs to away. Wait, what? As a reserve. Oh, it needs to go away, I think is what he's saying. The reserves are minimal. Well, it might. And if that happens, it's going to be a major crash, I think. What do you think, Max? If Tether fails, we're going to be into a death spiral.
Yeah, all this talks about the bull runs. I mean, these are, don't get me wrong, if black swan events happen, then that, yeah, of course, it's really damaging.
Here's Will the Thrill coming in here saying the bull run doesn't start at the halving, guys. It starts at the bottom. Good point. Russell C. Tether needs to go away as they don't have money for the reserves, just like our fake fractional banking system.
Good point.
Oh, boy. Crypto Puppet. Larry, Max, I really want to crash and burn to buy more Quant. Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I think. I haven't even bought Quant yet.
Here's the thing, there's so many different sides to the token. So there's all of us who are like, hey man, Quant to 10K, 100K, or heck, 10 years from now, like $1 million or whatever the case be, right? Then there's the other side of it's like, well, I want more Quants. It needs to crash. Everything needs to burn. Can we at least all agree on this one thing? We all are demanding more and more Quant. So think about that in itself.
Max, you're a savage. No pickles? What a monster.
Yeah, I can't stand pickles on the hamburger. There's only one place that I like pickles on the hamburger or the cheeseburger, and that's McDonald's for some reason. I could tolerate with McDonald's, but on a Whopper, I don't know if it's Burger King. I get it with no pickles. Ugh.
Tim Shea, and I think someone mentioned earlier that Flare is down today. That's interesting. Big watch dude. I'm working on my Flare bag right now. I'll keep an eye on it. Tim Shea's got his 5 screens open. He's got his trading station view.
I'm looking to get in Flare. I mean, here's the thing. I usually put out announcements like what I get and stuff like that on Twitter, but I'm looking at like ALBT. I'm looking at Flare. I'm looking at some of these other ones. I mean, there's a big list, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's gonna be like at least $7-8 grand right there. Anyway.
Will, the thrill, the halving, it's just the whipped cream on the top. It's a blow off top. All right. Mr. MD, the thing with AI, it will explode this year. Remember, also the same time, that's right. I've been looking into this, Max. You're right about this. Chat GPT could change the world.
Yeah.
I think in the public eye, open AI, and it's in its infancy right now. Yes, we are so very early. That's why I'm thinking, Max, I think we have to jump on the bandwagon of AI cryptos. I really do.
I did
like an epiphany that we're having right here, I think.
I did a deep dive into Chat GPT. So
yes. And I've been seeing a lot of that stuff pop up in my feed. It's very that could be you might get a lot of views on that like afterwards, like in the next few weeks, because it seems like there's a lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of hype going on about it. Will, the thrill, give me more Quant. All right, Crypto Puppet, Flare. I've never heard of it, Tim. I'll check it out. All right,
we're gonna read this last comment. It's from Tim Shea. It says, "Puppet, really?" Yeah, it's we gotta keep in mind, Tim, that sometimes that's the way it is. I mean, some people might not have been into XRP back in June 2020 and so on. Actually, I'm gonna read one more comment, and it's from Sean, the Crypto Smith. Keep in mind that this open AI is still early. Really early. Don't get sucked in just yet. True. But I think there's a few standout ones, kind of like the way I look at HBAR right now. I'm really, really impressed with everything I've been seeing on old recordings, archive footage, if you will, from Lehman Baird. Shame on me and Larry for calling him Lemon Bear.
I know. I realized that after I made the video.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. It might be Lehman. Yeah, I was thinking about it afterwards. Like, damn it.
Here's the thing, Larry. If you want to continue to keep doing the show, you're welcome to do so.
No.
Yeah. That's right. You got to get going as well. So, guys, listen. It's been a great show. We really want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. Look out for more recorded content and so on. Usually, when it comes to Fridays, I do have extended coverage for you guys and so on. But my dad just got out of the hospital, and I really need to get down to the pharmacy because they close at 9. And his prescription, I got a text about it just not that long ago saying it was ready. He's got to have it. So, guys, thanks again. I'll kick it back to Larry for the closing comment.
Get ready, guys. We may not be in the bull run right now, but get ready because I think you're going to see a sharp correction. And guess what? I might actually buy some XRP soon, but ALBT, LCX, HBAR, those are my next 3 that I'm targeting. And I just want to tease everybody and just hold out as long as I can with XRP because it's good for people to come here and keep bugging me about it. Great show, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Again, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care.
I'm going to say this in closing, guys. Do not sleep on HBAR. I'm not even playing. I'm very bullish. Have a great night.
Thank you.